Hey, what is up guys, Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. This is crazy, just got this news today about Yostar apologizing about the Majong Soul collab regarding the Blue Archive collab last time. So this is something that's been happening for a while now, right? It's about 3 months, and today we finally have news from Yostar, which I'm quite surprised. So if you guys are not aware, for those of you who didn't follow this news, back then, Majong Soul, which is another Yostar game, basically had a collab with Blue Archive. Now as you can see, this collab happens in the game Majong Soul. Blue Archive did not get anything. If you play Blue Archive, you're not getting anything, but in Majong Soul, you can recruit 4 characters. And that's going to be Shiroko, Hoshino, Akko, and I believe Musuki. So 4 characters were there available with their own exclusive skins and such, right? So this was the promotional trailer that was released back then. So back then when they had this collab, a lot of players, or especially the Chinese players, the CN players, felt that it wasn't fair to the Blue Archive players specifically, because why does Majong Soul get collab but Blue Archive didn't? Alright, so it was like a one-way collab, which is a little bit weird, and I do think that back then, at least based on what I've observed, that was also before the Railgun collab. So I was wondering, maybe that's why, because Blue Archive is gonna get the Railgun collab. If they do 2 collabs, that will be like too much. It's like a back-to-back within 1 month collab, right? And then this is Aru, as you can see right here. So there were a lot of backlash with this collab. There was like a huge major drama back then, to the point that actually a lot of, literally a lot of players weren't happy. And there's even this big incident, alright, that they basically sent a truck to protest. And I even talked about this, as you can see in this video, 3 months ago, which is kind of insane, right? So as you can see in this picture, the CN players literally, they sent out a truck protest over to the headquarters of the company, and you can see there's like a signage or whatever, digital signage, to show the comments from the players asking, them to like basically cancel the collab. But then Yostar has pretty much stayed silent. I believe Nexon has stayed silent for the longest time ever. And today we got some confirmation from them on why they couldn't talk about it previously. So let's look at the official apology. Yostar apologized about the Majong Soul collab in Blue Archive. Alright, so if you guys are not aware, the collab was about like I think 2 or 3 months ago. So Aru, Musuki, Shiroko, and I think Hoshino was in the collab. And apparently a lot of CN players didn't like it. The collab number 1 is not for Blue Archive. The collab is for Majong Soul. So Majong Soul obtained Blue Archive characters, and CN players looked at as NTR. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot put your characters, your beloved characters, in other games. This is why gacha games try not to do collab within each other, because it's very, it can cause controversy. Okay, let me try and Google translate this and see what this is all about. So this is going to be for this particular one. Okay, so what is going on with the linkage information on April Fool's Day? Okay, so what is going on with the collab on April Fool's Day? Okay, let's see then. It happened around the April Fool's, during the April actually. So first of all, we have carefully confirmed the feedback from all senseis, and we would like to express our deep apology to all teachers who have been affected by this incident. So they actually apologized. Yostar came out and actually apologized. So in case you guys are wondering, this game, why did Blue Archive collab with Majong Soul? Because both games belong to Yostar. It's like cheap for them to do. Majong Soul is a Yostar IP. Blue Archive is also a Yostar in JP, right? But they also own the IP to the game generally. So it's like a kind of a cheap thing for them to be able to do. So you can see they said the collab is a plan that has been prepared mainly in Japan since 2 years ago. In order to be consistent with the other regions, we released the status of the collab announcement to synchronize the benefits, which is the rewards, in Majong Soul in this case. However, we did not expect that the collab content would cause trouble to senseis. For this, once again, we apologize to all senseis. Wow, they actually apologize. I don't know, is this in CN server specifically or not? When the public opinion was in chaos immediately after the collab was announced, why was there no official announcement back then? First of all, we apologize for the inconvenience caused for not being able to respond to the feedbacks from many senseis. Although we have long observed that some senseis are uncomfortable with the collab, unfortunately due to restrictions on copyright and internal review and business segmentation, we cannot provide a public reply online. Yeah, because like collab thing is an IP thing, so you are not allowed to talk about it during that period, I guess, right? Okay, so we apologize for the inconvenience. We'll continue to actively communicate with teachers. Okay, that is actually insane. So why are they trying to apologize and why are they trying to do this? I think this is a good move. I actually do think this is a good move because, believe it or not, right? I know some of you guys might not be aware of this, but Blue Archive is actually quite high rankings in CN. Their revenue in CN is quite high. Look at this. So this is today's one, and this change every single day, alright? This is specifically for today's the top 10 grossing games or top 10 ranking in the games in China right now. Bilibili game. So you can see right now, number 1 is FGO, number 2 is Genshin, number 3 is Naraka Blade Point, number 4 is everybody's favorite ZZZ, number 5 is Bang Dream, number 6 is Wuthering, and you can see Blue Archive in China is actually beating Arknights and Reverse 1999 in terms of revenue. In China, usually, based on my observations, they are ranked quite high. Not like top 20, but actually beating Honkai Star Rail in China in terms of rankings. So they need to cater to the Chinese audience a little bit, right? They have to. So it is going to be something that's like a fit. To be fair, there's nothing much in Honkai Star Rail now. I believe there's an update recently in Blue Archive. There's that as well. But there's those factor into consideration, right? And for them to apologize to the Chinese players that they have offended, or the Chinese or the CN senseis, I think it's also fair, right? So basically, Mahjong Soul also has an affection system. Yes, Mahjong Soul, the other game, actually has an affection system. So some BA players mistook it for NTR, alright? Which didn't help that some CN Mahjong Soul players started bragging that Mahjong Soul has oath system and they are going to be able to oath or marry the Blue Archive girls, and Blue Archive players can't do anything about it, so they're going to cuck them. And in reality, it's actually just certificate system. But Mahjong Soul players like to think it's actually an oath system. Stop NTRing, stop NTR. To be fair, the Blue Archive or Mahjong Soul collab, an example of why a gacha to gacha collab is a bad idea, or they have to do with Azulin or Dolphin Wave collab, where it's just skins for the DW girls and not the Azulin characters who get isekai. Oh, this was the Azulin and Dolphin Wave collab. So TLDR, they apologized to all sensei or all the players. The collab was in preparation for 2 years. They waited for all the Blue Archive versions to be released before releasing this collab to synchronize the benefits. Did not expect the collab to be badly received. They apologized again. They apologized that during the drama, they remained silent. The reason is because of copyright, internal review, and business segmentation. They were not allowed to speak during the drama, but now they can. They apologize again and say in the future, they will do their best to communicate with the sensei. And they confirm that there will be no more collab with Mahjong Soul. Okay. I think this is as good as of an apology as it gets, generally.